Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Chicken Run 2000. This is going to be another claymation type movies from DreamWorks Animation. Similar to Shaun the Sheep movie, although I like this movie a little bit more than Shaun the Sheep movie. I still disliked it. Giving it 2 out of 5 stars. Even my son didn't like it. He watched about half of it, then he got fed up, and he let me watch the other half. Because I had watched the first half before he watched the first half. Then I watched the second half after he refused to watch the second half. So it's kind of complicated, bouncing back and forth between my Chromebook and my portable DVD player on Sunday. Not to mention that the disc was skipping, which kind of irritated my son. I guess there was a scratch on the disc, but I finally got the replacement disc. So I just went back and watched the scene where it had the scratch on the DVD. I didn't miss much. It's about a bunch of chickens who are trying to fly the coop. The 2 lovebirds, no pun intended, are played by Mel Gibson and the chubby daughter and absolutely fabulous, respectively. I don't recall her name. In any case, she's kind of chubby and cute. She has a nice voice, I guess, for a Brit gal. So the chickens are trying to fly the coop. They don't know how to fly. This Rocky Road's Mel Gibson rooster guy appears to be flying above their prison chicken coop type of the prison-looking chicken coop type of place. He appears to be flying, but actually he's being shot from a cannon. I guess he belongs to a circus. So, the main chicken who is fighting for freedom and trying to escape, she keeps getting caught and thrown into this dumpster for coal by the farmer guy. The farmer guy thinks that the chickens are plotting stuff, and his wife is like a greedy bean counter type. She wants to convert the egg farm into some kind of weird-looking chicken pie contraption. She wants to kill all the chickens. So the chickens give wind of this. They attempt to volunteer this Rocky Roads guy, the Mel Gibson rooster, to teach him how to fly. There are a couple of rats that are kind of snarky, and they're like Sanford and Son, I guess. They like to collect things and then resell them to the chickens for eggs and stuff. But the chickens don't want to give up their eggs until the ending. So these 2 rats are laughing at these chickens, like attempting to fly, and they end up falling on their face instead. Eventually they get wind that Randy Rhoads, or Rocky Roads, thinking of the guitarist from Ozzy Osbourne, Rocky Roads, the Mel Gibson rooster, really doesn't know how to fly. He's just shooting from a cannon. And the way they find out is that his poster is ripped in half. So I guess they didn't see the part of him coming out of the cannon. It's a little confusing. There's a lot of special features on this, by the way. I guess they did hundreds of thousands of frames in this movie, and it took them a couple years, which is kind of impressive, but the movie isn't all that great. I guess the libertarian theme, this being the fourth movie on my libertarian playlist. I'm also going through a Mexican playlist. Weird ass movie called Leap Year. I'm not sure what the Spanish name of the movie is. But it's kind of a mix between Nymphomaniac and In the Realm of Senses. And it's filmed entirely in this Mexican gal's apartment, almost entirely, except for the first scene where she's like in the grocery store scoping out this guy in the checkout. But that movie is bizarre, man. I don't think I'm gonna like it though. It's only an hour and a half. It's scenes with her picking her nose and going pee and stuff. The most banal scenes you could imagine. So I'm in the middle of that. I've got about an hour left. No, about a third of the way through that one. I just finished Chicken Run. I saw this scene that I couldn't see because the friggin' Netflix disc was scratched. It kept skipping and stalling. That was annoying. Even my son got annoyed by that. He didn't want to watch Chicken Run, the last half of it. He wanted to watch Pokemon instead. So getting back to the movie, sorry to digress again. Rocky Roads, the Mel Gibson rooster, he escapes from the chicken coop on his own, relatively easy, I might add. He's on his tricycle. He sees a giant sign with the evil, greedy woman advertising her chicken pies. She hasn't even made a single chicken pie left, which is another thing that was kind of odd, in addition to the Rocky Roads poster that was chopped in half. So he kind of feels guilty. He goes back there. Meanwhile, the chickens collaborate with one of the roosters to come up with this flying contraption so that they can escape. So they manage to make it over the fence after a bunch of exciting action. I have to say that the end of the movie was the best part. I would have given it 1 out of 5 stars had it not had a good ending, but it did have a good ending actually, which was the only good part of the movie, I might add. So that's pretty cool. I don't want to spoil too much of the ending. I gave away some of it, but you know how these kids' movies always have a happy ending, so yeah. You can pretty much guess what happens at the end. I don't have to tell you the ending to these kids' movies. There's always a happy ending. So yeah, I disliked this movie 2 out of 5 stars. Really couldn't get into it that much. I think I'm gonna like Leap Year a lot more. Then I've got Daddy Daycare and District 9. So that'll give you a little heads up what I'll be reviewing next. Been watching a lot of kids movies. Sorry to my subscribers out there. I know I lost one subscriber, probably for doing this playlist, but yeah, I wanted to see some libertarian theme type movies. I know Miss Liberty has a list of movies with libertarian themes. I used to be a libertarian, now I'm an anarchist crank. So I kind of just sat in my DVD queue for like 5 years or so. Now I'm finally getting around to watching it. I don't, in hindsight, I don't think I'd want to watch another libertarian playlist like this in my lifetime. Mainly because I've become more radical over the years, especially after my divorce, which turned out horrible so far. I don't know why I keep complaining about it, but it's just the worst, being separated from your son. I don't mind being separated from my ex-wife, but my son is just everything to me. He's my own flesh and blood, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so much for men's rights in California doesn't exist. At least not yet, for me anyway. So, enough about my political rant. Probably sick and tired of hearing that also. But, yeah, not a good movie. Although it was better than the Shaun the Sheep movie, which I absolutely hated from beginning to end. Shaun the Sheep movie is kind of polar opposite in the sense that the sheep are trying to find their shepherd, so to speak. And in this one, chickens are trying to escape. So, I guess sheep are more docile type creatures compared to chickens. I guess that's the moral of the story here. Yeah, I couldn't really relate to the whole chicken freedom fighting business. As far as I know, chickens are stupid animals in there, but only in kids' movies do chickens and ants come out to be heroes and stuff, behaving against their nature. So these kind of movies are very unscientific. They're just purely for entertainment purposes, as I mentioned in my Ants movie review. So I'm just trying to plug as many of my movie review YouTube vids as possible, including but not limited to any past and future vids of mine. So I'll be reviewing those 3 that I mentioned. Although I'll probably start cutting down once I get my second job at Instacart. I'll be cutting down on the frequency of them. I'll probably still watch them at the laundromat, and I can even watch them in my car on my lunch break. I'm not going to watch them the company kitchen. I made that mistake about 5 years ago, and I ended up getting fired for watching pornos and stuff at work. So that was kind of lame brain. But I probably would have gotten fired anyway, seeing as how they were taken over by a Pennsylvania company. So I guess it didn't really matter. I had nothing to lose by doing that. Damn, I'm getting all these like mosquito bites on my hand, my stomach and stuff. Yeah, that's annoying. Anyways, not a good flick, as I said. 2 out of 5 stars. Can't recommend it. Can't say check it out. So let's end my review. Laters.